Hello, welcome to the Yellow Rose Stitcher YouTube channel. I'm Autumn. Today is Sunday, February 11th, Super Bowl Sunday. Let's just say, it's kind of a gloomy, overcast day here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex where I live. So I've got my lighting on. Hopefully it'll do for us for today. If you're new and just checking me out, I hope you enjoy what I have to share. And if you're a returning viewer, thanks and welcome back. I say, like I said, Super Bowl Sunday, which doesn't mean a whole lot in this household. I mean, it's kind of a hit or miss whether we watch or not. This year, not really a vested interest in who's playing or whatnot. So, but I do have the house to myself, so it was a good time to jump on here and do a weekly check-in and share with you what I've been working on in the last week. I just posted my January update last weekend. And again, if you've been following along or watched my last one, not a whole lot of stitching, kind of in a lull, not on the stitching. And so I've been doing more knitting again this week. I'll go ahead and get started and share with you what I've been working on this week. And that was one of my starts from last year, which is This I Know from Plum Street Samplers. So this is the pattern if you're not familiar with it. So I came in and the sheep on here are not going to show up very well, but so far I'm in this grassy field under the sheep. I went in and just made the outline of the whole box, and then I've got a couple of sheep in and starting a third one. And let's see if I can excuse the thread. Hang on, let's see if I can pull that to the back. Stitching this on 40 count. I'll look at, but as to say, like I said, I came in here and stitched the grass border, and then this sheep color that I'm doing right now, it's like the same color as the fabric, so it's really hard to see. So I get two and started on the third here underneath the church. So that's what I've worked on this week, not a whole lot. And I can share with you what I'm stitching that on is, I know it's 40 count from Atomic Ranch. Find my card. And the fabric is called Embellish. So that's what I'm stitching that on. So, and it's a mixture of DMC and Classic Colorworks. And this one is, and this pattern, she has you coffee dye 6 DMC. And so those sheep that I was working on were one of the coffee dyed ones. It's the first time I'd ever done any of that. I was surprised at of course you can't see it in this lighting, and the amount of variegation it gave it. I was, because the church was one of the coffee dyed DMCs as well, and I didn't notice the variegation in it so much as this. I think it's color 819 is the sheep there. Let's see. I can't see it. Anyway, that was all the stitching I did this last week. Not much. Stick that in there. Again, I've been more in a knitting mood here lately, so if you're here just for the stitching, that's about all. That's all I've got for this week. No purchases. I don't know if, like you, I get emails from my local needlework store, the Stitch Niche, and all the needlework market. What's coming out in March, or the 1st of March? Is it the first weekend of March? Is needlework market? And yeah, I don't know if I've hit like a saturation point or what, but so far I just haven't seen anything that I'm just dying to have, other than the Primrose Cottage has a red, white, and blue Quaker in their series coming out, and then they've got a red and blue quilt block pillow that I want. And then just the other day, maybe Thursday or Friday, I don't remember, they came out, they said in their video on Instagram they didn't expect it to be ready for market, but it's going to be ready, and it's a spring Quaker in stitched in purple. And so far that's about the only 3 things I've seen that I want to buy. I've seen things that I've liked, but nothing that I just have to have. I was saying, excuse me, recently going through my patterns. Like I said, I think I've kind of hit a saturation point where I've got so many patterns that I've bought over the years and starts with all my 85 whips. I want to finish those, work on those, and then if I do start new stuff, I just want to start the stuff that I've already got, because there's so many patterns that I already have that I really want to get stitched up. So anyway, that's where I am with market. I've seen some pretty stuff, but nothing I just have to have. So are you in this similar, or are you seeing a bunch of stuff that you just have to have? I saw Teresa Kogut had some stuff that I thought was pretty, but again, nothing I had to have. So, oh, and one thing, in my last video, I showed you one of my finishes from last year, which was the little nativity scene that I'd put in the joy sign, and I believe I misspoke when I said the pattern designer was Sweet Wing Studio. That was the wrong one. It's A New Creation Studio, and that was the pattern that I got off Etsy. So I wanted to correct that from last time. So let's say correct that from the last video, and then I'll show you I'll just have a couple of small knitting things. I shared this start in my last video. I watch another YouTube channel, The Bakery Bears, which is Kay and Dan Jones, and Kay has started a series where she's going to be dyeing a skein of yarn, showing you how she does that, and then giving away bits of a free pattern in every episode where she dyes yarn, she'll give you a section of a cowl. It's called the Reading Corner Cowl, and I've started it, and I've gotten the first two sections in, and this was a mini 5-skein mini set from the Rainbow Chronicles. I think she did in 2020, 2021, I don't remember. But this was the February month from Lay Family Yarn. Anyway, I've gotten 2 of the colors in. So the first episode Kay gave you instructions from the ribbing in this first section. And then the second video, when she dyed the second book colorway, she gave you the neutral and then the next, and I went ahead and added the next neutral. And I was going to keep going with my minis, but then she did a similar thing last year where she but it was a 12-month series instead of 6, where she colored or dyed yarn based on a flower for that month, and then she gave away a pattern section for a knitted blanket, and it was plain garter stitch up until she got toward the middle, and then she added some I don't remember, anyway, added some texture and stuff to this. So I decided rather than just go on and finish it, she might add something in the middle, so I wanted to wait and see what she did rather than just but I'm enjoying that. I think that's going to be pretty. So I don't have the tag for the neutral yarn. I thought it was in the bag, but it's not in here. But that's the neutral. I think it is an Ashley. Anyway, I'm going to misspeak. So anyway, this is a different yarn dyer than the reds that I have. So I have 3, what do they call it, gradient fade set. So worked on that. Put that away. And then the other thing that I worked on a little bit, not much, were the shallow socks from Kay Litton. She has a YouTube channel, Crazy Sock Lady. Can't really see the texture on there. That's the pattern. I've had sock 1 done for a long time and had to restart sock 2. So since my last video, I just had the cuff done. So since then I've gotten 3 repeats of the pattern because it's a 10-row repeat done. Hence the bulb markers. I'm marking every 10 rows. So that's how far I've gotten on that, and it's plain on the back. So hoping I can get that done here before the end of end of the month, February. And the yarn that I'm knitting it in is Fireweed is the colorway from Bad Sheep Yarn. So it's a fingering weight yarn, and I'm knitting it with Chalgu US size 1, which is 2.25 millimeter. Those are doing the magic loop. So that was the extent of my making this last week. And so if you have any questions, just let me know. But I was going to share. I looked up the other day. Easter is the last Sunday in March, and so I was looking up to see when Lent started, which starts this coming Wednesday, which is the same as Valentine's Day. But anyway, I've had this pattern, and I'm thinking about starting it. I haven't fully decided, but I think I will to stitch it and see if I can get it done before Easter, which is Sweet Wing Studios, Mercy and Grace. And I have a piece of a touch of purple Witchelt linen, and that's not the called for. This was stitched, the model was stitched on 32 count lilac from Weeks Dye Works. Anyway, I think the touch of purple I have is paler than that, but I think it'll work. So anyway, I'm thinking about starting that on Wednesday. See how much I can get done for Easter. So that's pretty much my plans. And nothing much other than that. I haven't bought anything, haven't been out shopping. So, I take that back. I did buy, I forgot the name of the Etsy store. I'll try to remember to put it down in the description box below. And it's a full coverage piece. I'd seen Catherine from the Needleberry Stitcher a few videos ago. She shared, I think it was a stitch along that she was starting with some other people. And she'd shared the designer, and it was a pretty pattern, so I went and looked. And I didn't pick the one that she's doing a stitch along with, but it's in the kind of same series. It's the girl in a big flowing dress, and this one is, see if I can put a picture in here. Anyway, she's got yellow roses and flowers, and it's all in the background. So I had favored it so I would remember it, and then the Etsy shop owner sent me a coupon, so I sat on it for about a week and finally went in and bought it. So never stitched a full coverage, so I don't know. I started one a couple of years ago and didn't get very far. Like, I didn't even fill in a 10 by 10 square. I think it's because I need a floor frame, something to put a big scroll rod in to do something like that. So anyway, I'll add in the picture of the purchase, and I'll link the information down below in the description box. But that's about it. Short and sweet to this week, and so I hope that if you're a football fan, you can sit in and enjoy the game tonight. I don't think it's like 6:30 here. I think it starts in half an hour, about 7 anyway. And if you celebrate Valentine's, that you have a good time with your significant other. And I will check back in with you next Sunday. Have a good week. Hey everyone, I'm back. Today is Sunday, February 25th. So I'm going to check in with the progress on stuff this month and wrap things up for February 2024. Hope you're doing well. As I say, it has been warm. Hit 86 today, I think was the high, and I don't know if that's a record, but sorry, my glasses are glaring. But tomorrow we're supposed to hit a record high of 92. We're talking with my daughter and son-in-law the other day, and this warm spell, it's like, yeah. I think this is one of the reasons spring isn't my favorite. I mean, I like it, but all I can think about, we're preheating for summer. and the heat that's coming. And it's this warm, this early. It makes me dread to think that summer's going to be really bad. But I know it's been warm for a lot of people around. But anyhow, as to say, gotta I don't know that I'll get a video done next Sunday for the 1st of March. My brother is coming into town Wednesday and staying with us to do some business stuff he has to take care of. He's going to be with us a few days, so since he'll be here, I probably won't film next Sunday. So, and as I say, I've only filmed twice this month, so one of these days I'll get some sort of regular routine going. We'll hopefully. Anyway, we'll check in and show you what I've been up to this last couple of weeks. And also I wanted to, in the last clip, I mentioned in my acquisitions a piece that I had bought. And I don't think I gave very good information for it, so I was going to follow up. It's a full coverage piece that I bought off of Etsy from a shop called StitchesSewBeautiful. And it's called Woman in the Yellow Dress. So anyway, I just wanted to add that before I forgot. If anyone was interested, like I said before, I don't plan to start that anytime soon. Because I really think I need a floor stand to be able to stitch that. Because I've had a big scroll frame, but it was too hard. Another full coverage piece I had tried to start a few years ago, and it's just too big to hold and stitch. So, but that's not on the priority list for right now. Too many other things to work on or get to that I've started. So, but the one thing I worked on this last week is This I Know from Plum Street, and I was able to come in and got a thread, and the thread for these sheep just about drove me bananas because it kept knotting up. It was awful. But anyway, I managed to come in and outline the whole field of grass, and then I got in that one. You can't see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sheep. So that was what I managed to get done on this piece. And I was thinking of originally just doing all of the sheep and then filling in the grass behind it, but I may do it in thirds, get the sheep in this section and fill in the grass. So getting a little bored with the fluffs. So anyway, and this is stitched on 40 count. Oh, you think I could remember by now. 40 count. Where'd you go? 40 count Embellish by Atomic Ranch is the fabric that I'm stitching it on with all of the called for thread. So anyway, coming along slowly but surely. Let's see. And then, let's see. I did have progress on another piece, but it's some secret stitching, so I can't share that. So hopefully in a few months. It's a big piece. And my other work in progress was a knitting piece, something I showed last time, the Shallow Socks by the Crazy Sock Lady. And I got really good progress on these. This is the second sock. And so there's the progress keeper. That's where I was the last time I showed it. So I managed to finish the leg and get to not the heel turn. Yeah, is it the heel turn? You think this, I've gone completely blank on the terminology. Yeah, the heel flap. That's what I'm on. So yeah, I stopped because to do the heel turn, I really need a time of no interruption so I don't mess it up. So anyway, that's where I stopped at my stopping point. So maybe by the next time I film, I'll have this second sock done and a new pair of socks. we shall see. We shall see. And I stick that in there. Get that. And then I had a new start for Lent. I wanted to start a new piece, or this piece, and work on it until through Easter. So I did. I got it started in Mercy and Grace by Sweet Wing Studio. So I got that started. And I'm stitching it on 32 count Peaceful Purple. I think I said the wrong name of the fabric last time. And I'm stitching it with the called for threads, which are Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, and Weeks. So it's a mix, and then one DMC. But that was where I got so far. And the fabric is Witchelt fabric, which isn't my favorite. I don't like their fabric is really stiff, but I do like the color. So I have to say, lettering seems to go quickly. So I do need to order a couple of colors. I went into my local Needleworks shop, the Stitch Niche, and was able to get a few, but not all of the threads that I needed. So I need to get them ordered so I have them when I get to the next words and can have that on hand to stitch. So that is pretty much everything that I've worked on since my last clip. And like I said, for 2024, I want to try a rotation. Not great at rotations, but I'm giving it a try and to work on. And I really haven't, I say make plans and then I squirrel and do whatever. But one of the things is I want to work on a big awesome project, a fancy lady, a small or smaller piece, and then a Christmas piece. So I haven't done Christmas this month, so hopefully next month. But so for coming up this next week, I was going to pull out a fancy lady, and this is Ashley's Roses by Mirabila. And I apologize, this is an out of print chart that I managed to find and get off of Etsy a couple of years ago. And I started this last February 5th. So I haven't worked on it since then, of course, with all the 50 new starts last year. But the week that I did work on it, I got really good progress. So I'll show you where I'm starting from. And I started on the middle in this one. And let's see so I got a big chunk of her skirt done in this stripe section. Let's see if I can. So, like starting that plaid edge there and this section of her dress. So that's where I'm going to be starting from. And hang on just a second, sorry. And she's back. Sorry about that. So I'm stitching this on 32 count damsel. No, I'm not sure how to say the name of this fabric. Anyway, it's from Picture This Plus, so that's what I'm stitching on. And it's got, anyway, I think it's going to turn out really pretty. But can't wait to get back to this and see what kind of progress I can get on it. And this was for a long time the only Mirabila that I saw that I really, really wanted and to stitch. And then, of course, since then I've gotten more into them and have a few more. So, but anyway, that's what I'm going to work on this week, and that's about it, folks. Let's see. I'll show you where I get to next time. And then I did have a few acquisitions. So, not that I needed any, of course. That's to say, like I said, I went into the Stitch Niche to get some thread, and it happened to be a day that I was supposed to watch Farrah, my granddaughter, and then their schedules changed, and so I had a free day, and it was one of those odd days where I didn't have to be somewhere or have to come home to get something done right away, and so I plopped myself down. The Stitch Niche has a pretty good big corner of charts, older charts and things that are on sale. So I sat down and went through every rack and every bin they had. So all of these, all but one, was in their sale section. So, and as you can tell, I'm getting in the mood to do spring. I found this, and I've never seen this designer before, Elizabeth's Needlework Designs, called Simple Samplers, and I'm assuming that there's the other seasons, but I haven't looked it up, but I got springtime. I thought that was pretty. So I picked that one up, and then I have a piece by Scissor Designs called Spring Trio. I thought that was really cute. Could do it as 3 separate pillows, maybe, instead of all in one piece. And then it's got a little scissor fob hanging up there. Anyway, I liked that. And then this piece by, it's Italian. I don't know how to say that. But it's a Hungarian Rhapsody is the name of the pattern. That's in English. And you're seeing there's 2 sets of 3 blocks, and then you get it in a light colorway or a dark colorway. I don't know how much that's going to show up. And I didn't realize it till I got it home and opened it up, but it's actually, there's instructions in here to make these into a needle book. And then it's got stitching on the inside for you to, like 26, 28, what was it? And then, anyway, for your needles to put in. I don't know that I'll do that. I just kind of liked the flowers by themselves. So anyway, I liked that. Picked that up. And then lastly, I picked up something from another designer that I've not seen before, Amaryllis Artworks, and it's called the Quaker Keeper. This was really neat. So it's the same pattern in 2 different colorways, and they give you both colorways in the pattern. But it's really neat, and it's they give you the finishing instructions in here, but you use a large tuna can to finish it off into the little box. So anyway, I love Quakers. Thought that was really, loved it. So, oh, and the other piece that I did pick up that wasn't on sale is I've been collecting these from Cottage, Country Cottage Needleworks, April Cottage. I didn't have that one. So I need to go back through my pattern basket and double check which ones I have and which ones I don't. But I knew I didn't have April, so I picked that one up. So that was it for acquisitions, of course. As to say, I lied last time. I guess it was too early in seeing all the sneak peeks and releases that are coming out. Is it next weekend? Weekend after at Nashville Needlework Market. I didn't think I was going to be getting a whole lot, which I've restrained myself. But as to say, the Stitch Niche sending an email every time a designer really they got information from. So I've got a nice little list of stuff pre-ordered that'll be coming. So are you buying a bunch of are you seeing a bunch of stuff at Needlework or that's coming out in Needlework Market that you just have to have? Let's say, I'm trying to think how many pieces I've ordered. I don't know, maybe half a dozen or so, 6 or 8. So I didn't think that was too bad. But anyway, that's going to be it for February. And like I said, hopefully your weather is treating you nicely and you're getting lots of stitching in. Let's say, if you like what I've had to share, say give the video a thumbs up, a like, leave a comment. Let's say, what are you looking most forward to from market? And say consider subscribing if you'd like. And we will see you in March.